Yes. It makes a change, doesn't it? Look at the weather.
It's beautiful.
Where are we, honey? Can't do that one, can we? It's copyrighted, that one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Carnac Point in South Kessock in Inverness.
Yes.
Now, Carnac Point is where the River Ness meets Moray Firth, which goes out to the Moray Firth and then out into the North Sea. So this is the mouth of the River Ness, and that's what this big green thing behind us is. It's a navigational tool. No, you're a navigational tool. And it's got a little light on top, and it's what the sailors use for navigation when they're coming in and out of the River Ness.
Yes.
Now, we're not the first ones here. There was people living here from about 5000 BC, before Coronation Street.
Oh, my great-great-granddad.
Your great-great-great-great-granddad. Now, back in those days, they didn't have posh flats and houseboats.
They didn't, no.
They used to build what they called Crannogs out on the little rocky islands out in the Moray Firth.
Yes.
Now, these rocks out in the mouth of the river were covered in mussels. No, not them kind of mussels. Have you ever had mussels?
Yes.
Are they really slimy?
Yes.
When I was looking on Wikipedia, it said they taste briny.
Briny?
Yeah.
They taste... It's like... No.
Are they like slimy and horrible?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't like them. But anyway, back in before Coronation Street, the mussels used to grow on the little rocks round the Crannogs.
Yes.
And the locals, they used to pull them off, the mussels, and they used to either eat them or use them as bait for the fish. You all right, dear? Now, just over there, that is Kessock Bridge.
It's awesome.
And it looks amazing on a morning like this.
Yeah.
It's 1,056 metres long, 29 metres from the bridge deck down to the sea, and it's also 29 metres from the bridge deck to the top of the, whatever you call it, that holds the cable thingy-majigs up. I actually like that they've designed it symmetrically, so it's the same height that it is low. The bridge, it's actually a vital link. It links central Scotland and the north of Scotland to the far north of Scotland.
It does.
And before that was built, you used to have to get a ferry from this side to that side, which is the Black Isle. Now, the ferry would normally take you about 10-15 minutes because it's not a long stretch of water, but it got busy. You could be waiting sometimes an hour or more just for the ferry.
Wow.
Now, if you didn't want to catch the ferry, you could always drive all the way around Moray Firth and back onto the Black Isle if you wanted to go further north.
Days.
Yeah, that was like 3/4 of an hour to an hour, depending on the traffic.
Yeah.
But now you can cross the bridge in, well, if Shaun's driving, less than a minute.
No, it's not.
If any normal person's driving, it's probably a couple of minutes. What? And it was built back in it was opened back in 1982. There's a little engraving on the bench talking about the day that the two halves of Scotland met.
Wow.
Do you know what Inverness has got in common with California?
It should be nice and sunny like this.
I wish it was like this all the time. Well, a little bit of rain at night before the moaners start moaning. No, it's nothing to do with that. You heard of the San Andreas Fault?
I have.
Well, there's a tectonic fault that runs up the Great Glen, and it starts on the west side where Fort William is.
Yes, it does.
And it runs right through the Great Glen, under the bridge, just to the left of the middle, and then out into the Moray Firth.
Just to the left of the middle.
But there's other fault lines that run all across the Highlands. Although they're not that active, we still do get a lot of earthquakes up here. 46 earthquakes registered just in the last year.
Really? I never felt one.
In the Highlands. One of the strongest was about 100 years ago, 1901. And it was just a couple of miles up the river in, do you remember Dock Garrock?
Dock Garrock Loch.
When we did the Caledonian Canal, and it measured 5 on the Richter
Wow,
scale.
that's quite powerful.
It was 7 miles deep. Now, they reckon that earthquakes of that magnitude happen about every 100 years.
Okay.
Was that you or me? About 20 years ago, Me and Shaun used to work as scuba diver instructors.
We did.
Out in the Maldives.
We did.
And we used to teach people how to scuba dive and snorkel, and we used to take them out on our dive boats, our donies.
Donies.
And the yachts, and show people dive site and the beautiful atolls and the coral reefs and dolphins and sharks and manta rays, and it was amazing.
I am not diving in this. 30 degrees I'm used to diving in. This is 8.
Yeah, it is a bit chilly. Don't worry though, we're not diving in Moray Firth. Just across from us is Inverness Marina, and there's a boat in there called the Dolphin Spirit.
Yes.
And that is going to take us out on Moray Firth and out to the Moray Firth, where we can go and see some dolphins.
Yay!
How are we going to get across this though?
How deep is it?
I don't know. Shall we have a look and
Let's
walk?
have a paddle.
Those of you who watch regularly will know that we're thinking about buying another boat, and this is where we'd be berthing it. Inverness Marina was only opened 16 years ago, and it's got an amazing position, sheltered in the Moray Firth close to the entrance of the Caledonian Canal, and only about 15 minutes walk into the centre of Inverness. Just seeing it from this angle in this weather makes us want to boat even more. It's been a while since I smelt that diesel engine on the wobbly pontoons. Do you remember these?
Oh, I do.
We didn't swim across, we did drive around, which actually took probably 10 times longer than it would have done to swim across.
But yes.
But I haven't brought a spare t-shirt, so that's not going to happen. Right, this is the Dolphin Spirit. It's going to take us out through Moray Firth, under Kessock Bridge, out across the Moray Firth, and hopefully, fingers crossed,
we'll see some dolphins.
yay, come on. The Dolphin Spirit is quite a modern boat. It's only 6 years old, and it can welcome up to 69 passengers across 2 spacious decks. Down below, you'll find a cosy indoor cabin, complete with a toilet and a handy little cafe, which is perfect for warming up with a hot drink on a cold day. Today though, the sun's on our side, so we couldn't resist heading up top. This open-air viewing deck offers unbeatable panoramic views over that stunning Moray Firth and the dramatic Highland coastline, and hopefully catch a glimpse of some wildlife. With all the guests on board, we get a short safety announcement from the tour guide before casting off. We slowly cruise past these rows of sleek-looking yachts and cruisers, and I've got to be honest, it's sparking serious boat envy. We'll get another one day, I'm sure of that, although most of these will be way outside our budget. Out of the marina and into the Moray Firth, where the sun's out, the water's like glass, and the Kessock Bridge rises ahead like it's inviting us out onto the Moray Firth. Who could say no to this? Before we left, the skipper did warn us that it might get a bit loud at the back of the boat once the engines got going.
Can't hear a thing. What? Can't hear a thing. What?
He wasn't joking. Oh well, less time talking to the camera means more time looking for dolphins. We're heading out to the Chanonry Narrows, which is between Fortrose and Rosemarkie on the Black Isle. It's a well-known spot to see the dolphins because they go there and wait for the salmon to come through the channel on the strong currents. Best time to spot them is between May and August, and we're also keeping an eye out for porpoise, seals, otters, and even basking sharks and whales. It takes about 40 minutes to get there, and the views are just amazing. As we got closer, we could see the lighthouse and everybody had their eyes peeled looking for the dolphins. It really is a popular and well-known place to see them, so much so that you always see people on this stony beach by the lighthouse with the binoculars and cameras ready. On the boat, we slowly and patiently cruised around the peninsula, and we did see quite a few dolphins, although my reactions with the camera weren't quick enough to catch them all. After a good 40 minutes or so dolphin watching, we started our trip back to Inverness, and all I can say is that if you do this trip, I really hope the weather's as good as this for you. It's just perfect. Before long, we were passing back underneath Kessock Bridge into Inverness Marina, and once again feeling really jealous at all those shiny boats moored in there. Surely they wouldn't miss just one.
That was fun.
It was actually quite lovely. I wouldn't like to be out there, say, in the middle of January.
No.
at 11:30 at night
Absolutely not.
when there's a 980, not decibel, what am I thinking of? Low
Decibels.
pressure. You know what I'm thinking of? Whatever it's called. No, it's actually really nice. The trip's a couple of hours,
Yeah.
and you see some dolphins and you see seals, and we saw
Lots of seabirds.
jellyfish and seabirds.
Yeah.
It is really good. It's really nice. And if you like what's the word I'm looking for? Not constipated. If you like a nice, relaxing cruise, I mean, it goes quite fast, but it's steady away, isn't it? What? It's because you're constipated, isn't it? Then the Dolphin Spirit's actually a pretty good trip.
It is,
But
it's lovely.
do you know what I fancy?
What?
I fancy getting in some Mischief.
Mischief.
The cruise on Dolphin Spirit was fantastic, all serene and scenic, but you know me, I like my life with a little bit more zoom, a dash of drama, and preferably something that comes with a serious risk assessment. So after grabbing a quick bite to eat, we met up with Lindsay, who briefed us on our next adrenaline-fueled escapade. Now, I think she explained everything clearly, but if I'm honest, I was buzzing so much, I couldn't repeat a single thing she said. What I do remember is getting kitted out in some very serious gear. I looked like a cross between an astronaut and a Formula One racing driver. Shaun, bless him, struggled just getting into the thing. It was like watching a sausage reverse into its own skin. Once we were suited, booted, and as giddy as two 10-year-olds, it was time to throw caution to the wind and head straight into Mischief mode. Mischief is a 9-metre long, 12-seater rigid inflatable boat, or RIB. Powered by two strong Yamaha outboard motors, it's capable of speeds of up to 50 knots. I don't know what a knot is, and I don't think I've ever done 50 knots in a boat before. I'm not nervous. Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
I'm not nervous. Apparently this thing goes about 50 what knots?
50 knots.
I don't know what.
54 miles per
I don't know
hour.
what a knot is. 54 miles an hour.
Yep, that's about it.
Shouldn't we be like strapped in like we are on a roller coaster? I really shouldn't have had fish and chips about 15 minutes ago, should I? And a full tin of Coke. What do you reckon? Right. Anyway, I thought they were waiting for us then. Right, I think. Are we going now? Oh, we've got to go
We're
now.
going.
See you later. I've driven across this bridge countless times, and the view from the road never gets old. But today, for the second time, I'm passing underneath it. And wow, it's a whole different world down here. The same bridge, yeah, but completely different perspective, and just as breathtaking. Once we pass the bridge, Lindsay lets the engines roar, and we're off, speeding across the Moray Firth. A little bit windy. Oh my god! This is weird. I can't hear myself thinking. I say I can't hear myself thinking. I want to go home now. Oh, I wish I hadn't have had fish and chips before we came out here.
It's going to be sick.
I am not going to be sick. I promise I'm not going to be sick.
She asked if we wanted to go faster.
She did ask if I wanted to go faster, and I said yes. So this is a little bit faster than we were going on the Dolphin Spirit. I don't know how fast we're going. It feels like about 1,000 miles an hour. How's my hair looking?
Probably like mine.
I'm slavering everywhere. This is not an attractive look, is it? This is not. Do you think we could have ever got narrowboat Silver Fox to go this fast?
We could have tried.
Lindsay's at the helm of Mischief today, steering us out with expert hands. We're also joined by whale and dolphin expert Charlie Phillips. He can identify most of the dolphins in the Moray Firth just by looking at the fins and teeth. How fast were we going?
About 50 mile an
How
hour.
fast were we going?
Oh, is that all?
So that's about half of what we could be doing?
They were about 30 mile. They were only about 30 mile an hour.
God!
Yes.
I thought we were doing about 50 and we weren't, we were doing about 20 something.
30 mile an hour.
Look at your hair.
I look like I've stuck my finger in a plug socket.
He had twice as much hair before we set off. It's all gone. It's back there in Moray Firth.
I know.
We have slowed down a little bit. We're looking for dolphins now. Well, the people who know what to look for are looking for dolphins.
Yes.
I'm still shaking a little bit. After studying the dolphins around the Moray Firth for 25 years, Charlie's the best guy to have with us if we want some sightings today. And he didn't disappoint. Within seconds of slowing down the boat, he was pointing out at Charlie, a 13-year-old bottlenose dolphin that's actually named after our Charlie on the boat. How cool is that? How many people can say they've got a dolphin named after them? And then he spotted another, and another, and then another couple, a mother and calf. I don't know how he does it. He was so much quicker with his camera than I was with mine. Well, we've spotted more dolphins on this than we spotted on the Dolphin Spirit boat.
We have, yes.
Which we did spot a couple on the Dolphin Spirit boat, but I think this is a little bit better because there's more manoeuvrability.
Yeah.
And it's easier to stop and start and move around again. It was good to see Charlie and get introduced to Charlie.
And porridge.
Charlie the dolphin and Charlie on the boat.
Yes.
Who he was named after.
Yeah.
I think that's just brilliant. The weather has just been amazing, hasn't it?
It's like being in the Mediterranean.
You wouldn't think that you were on the Moray Firth in Scotland today. It is just, it's been an amazing experience. Can you believe it's almost 4 years since we said goodbye to Silver Fox? All this time later, people still and probably always will associate us with narrowboating. And honestly, we don't mind that. Boating's been part of our lives for so long. And even though we fell out of love with the narrowboat lifestyle, we never stopped missing the water. It's in our blood, really. From our first narrowboat back in 2004 to diving the beautiful Indian Ocean to the quiet beauty of Silver Fox. And now these, the vast wild waters, the lochs, the sea around the Highlands. I think water has always been where we come alive. And you've probably noticed that too. There's more energy, happiness, a lightness and joy, something unspoken when we're on the water. And I think that's why we're really considering getting another boat. Not a narrowboat, not a big adventure series, just for us. Because just like this little Mischief, life moves fast and we want to soak up as much of this magic as we can, while we still can.
That was awesome.
I was serious. I want one of those boats now. I don't want a pod. I don't want a narrowboat. I don't want a cruiser.
We want a rib.
I don't want a train barn. I want one of those.
A rib.
Please, Santa. I don't want a donkey anymore. I want one of those. And Shaun needs... Oh, you've put your hair back down then.
I put my hair back down. My hair's a mess.
That was amazing. They were both amazing, don't get me wrong. So the Dolphin Spirit
at the back there
is really good if you like a nice leisurely cruise. It's quite fast, but it's quite leisurely.
Yes, it is.
But this thing,
wow,
it's my new favourite toy. If I sell everything in my special cupboard, do you think I might have enough to buy one of those?
You'd be able to get two.
I want two of those. Seriously, can we put one of those on our Amazon wish list?
Yes, let's do that.
Who needs ADHD stimulants when you've got a boat like that, honestly? Oh, what a day. It's been an amazing day. I tell you what, it's been really nice to get out.
Yeah.
And I mean, the weather's been spectacular.
It's like we're in the Mediterranean.
And both boat trips have just been absolutely superb. Well worth it if you come to Inverness.
Yes.
We'll put the links to them both down in the video description. It's the same company, but we'll put them down in the video description. So check them out if you come into Inverness or if you come into the Highlands. And if you get weather like this, you cannot miss it. Especially this thing, my new favourite toy.
A lovely dolphin trip.
It is, isn't it? Bit of mischief. Oh, what can I've got to call my boat something like that, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Yeah. But that's it for today.
we're done.
Well, do you think we could be able to keep these?
As jumpsuits.
Yeah. They turned me on a little bit. On that note, we'll leave it there. All the links for everything you've seen today down in the video description. If you'd like some exclusive content on this trip that we're not showing in this vlog, join us on Patreon.
Yes.
Or become a YouTube member and you can get loads of exclusive content. We post stuff nearly every day, videos
I post rubbish nearly every day.
photos and everything. So join us over there for all that. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and if you hit the notification bell, YouTube will let you know the next time we have an adventure like this.
It will.
Or buy a boat like that. But for now, we're going to hopefully get into the car with these suits on and go home. We'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.